Hi, Ruby. Nice to see you
Hello.
again. Congratulations on being part of this debut film of James Robinson, the Australian Filipino director. Can you talk about how you got this part and how is he as a director?
Okay. How I got the part? I met him through Instagram.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. um, in the beginning, I was quite skeptical. I was quite skeptical because I thought it was just a scam or something. Because James' account in Instagram, it's James.pdf, if I'm not mistaken. So I
Uh-huh.
said, James.file. What's that? And then and so I asked my son I to look into that account. And my son was so excited. He said, "Oh, he's a good photographer. Blah 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 blah. He seems legit." And then the I think he got I got a referral from Lulu Wang, my director from
Oh.
Expats.
Mhm.
They were friends, or they worked together sometime before, and he asked Lulu if she could assist, or if she could be of help of, recommending anyone from the Philippines. And so that was it. Yeah.
And how is he as
And
a director?
how he sees a director, he's very visual. Yeah, he's very visual. He's very collaborative, and what else could I say about James? Yeah, and what I like about him is because he also wrote the script, okay? And so he knows his story by heart. And so it's quite, he's very open, very easy for him to, to navigate to the left or to the right, or, when we need to, because he knows all the characters by heart. He knows everything. He knows,
Mhm.
he's
You
very
mentioned
kind, very, huh?
Yeah, you mentioned that he's very good with visuals and the
Oh,
cinematography is
yeah.
really good in this movie. Where did you
Yes.
film majority of the scenes, and also where was the House of the Nuns located?
The House of the Nuns was in Tanay. Yes. What else? Yeah, it was in Tanay. And excuse me, and in one of the churches, in one of the convents there. Yeah, um like each film, each scene, I'm sorry. It's so the composition is so beautiful, right? It's like a photograph already in itself. And then you put the characters in there, and then and that's the characters would move, would talk, would, uh because yeah, parang it's just one frame is already complete. It's like a photograph. Yeah.
Mhm. But what attracted you to accept this role? Is it because you were recommended by Lulu Wang, or tell me about why you
Yeah.
accepted?
Yeah, why I accepted it. The first manuscript, the first draft that I read, it was so beautiful. It was written like a poetry. He writes so well. Okay. Um, I love the character. The first draft was what do you, what I would say, it was stronger politically, and then I think he had to tame it a little bit until the final cut. Okay, the final draft, and I love the story because it's it resonates with a lot of with what's happening here in our society in the Philippines. Okay, and at first I thought that, oh, uh, this is not something new. I mean, we've heard about this before, and that really struck me. Yes, we know that there's corruption. We know that there's hypocrisy in our religion. We know the conflict between religion and politics here in the Philippines. But yes, it's been what, centuries old, but it's still here. Yes, and I was fascinated. I was amazed how this young guy. Okay, I forgot his age. I think he's only 30. When we did that, he was only in his late 20s.
Mm-hmm.
How could he? And he shoots for all these brand, right? Shoots for Vogue, for Elle, for all those luxury brands, right? But the depth of his soul, of his James is so nationalistic. He's yearning to be connected with his roots, with with the Philippines is very, very strong. Yeah, very, very strong. And and that's, I think, that's also one of the major things why I wanted to do the role. You would hardly meet a film, and this time it's an Australian Filipino
Mm-hmm.
uh, youth, young guy, and it's his first, right? It's his first feature film. Um, who would dare to to tackle um a subject that is not so close to him. It's about, his characters are almost everybody's old. It's not about something. It's not something about what's trending. Yeah. It's even the first page of the script. It's dedicated. It's called First Light. It's because of the novel of Jose Rizal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in one of the lines of, if I'm not mistaken, it's "No limitangere" or "El filibusterismo."
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So how would you describe your character, Sister Yolanda, and how did you prepare for your role?
Sister Yolanda. Sister Yolanda is a typical Filipino, I would say, not just a typical nun. 'Di ba? A Filipino, we are kind or meek or subservient, or we're very obedient. But when we get mad, when something is, what do you call this, when something is just too much, we just explode. But Sister Yolanda, yeah, because of her age and because of how she was raised, by her grandmother, by her, she was so devoted to her, to the church, to her convent, that she gave up everything, all of what she has, only to find out that she joined the convent because she wanted to be closer to God, to be able to serve the people. Okay, so the bottom line is to serve the people. All right, but then only to find out, only, yeah, she was awakened with the truth that um, serving God and serving the people uh, doesn't entail you going inside the convent. You could be outside I mean, God can be omnipresent anywhere. And that's what I like about my role as Sister Yolanda. Yes, and that's where I found um, the similarity. Yeah, because every time I get a role or any character that I get, is there anything? So I try to study the character, and then you try to see, analyze which part of me is like her, or which part of me is Sister Yolanda. And then I saw that because my faith is very much like hers. I'm a Catholic, a Roman Catholic religion, like a majority of the Filipinos here. My spirituality is very strong, I would say, or that's how I'd like to believe. I mean, my faith in God, my faith in, yeah, in my religion, but I'm not a typical that I would go to, you know, to church every Sunday. I don't. But I go to church when there's no mass, when there's, yeah.
So how did you prepare for your role? Did you go to a convent, observe some nuns, or?
Yes, I did. Because Sister Yolanda and Ruby Ruiz is very much different. I mean, in a lot of different, in a lot of ways with uh, the the personality, the character on the outside. But if you know me well, there's still fragments of a nun in me. Yes, I consulted two nuns. Yes, from two different congregations. Yes, I did. Yeah, for like there was this nun from Saint Joseph that I would visit her. I visited her like 3 Sundays. I would go to her convent, and yeah, and then another nun from another congregation, Carmelites.
How long did you film the movie?
Filming the actual principal photography took us, if I'm not mistaken, less than 30, around 27 days.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm,
But the whole preparation of that, including pre-production, it took almost 3 years, I think. I'm not very sure how long James started writing it. I mean, conceptualizing it. But they were here during right after it was still COVID time. They opened already. In fact, I got sick when they were here, when we had the pictorial. Um, but we still pushed through with it. So Gab and Emmanuel, another producer, Gabrielle, uh, and James, they came over to meet with me. Yes, and yeah, it took about 2 years before the actual filming. Yeah.
mhm. Your castmates are also outstanding, just like you. So can you talk
Mhm.
about working with them, Maricel Soriano, Soliman Cruz, and of course the great Kidlat Tahimik?
Oh, Kidlat is my favorite. Yes, I play favorites.
Mm,
No, no, no. Of course, work. I'm so fortunate to be able to be. I mean, to be supported. I mean, not just because the big names, of course, we have Maricel Soriano, yes, who played the Mrs. De La Cruz, who played the like the villain, okay, and her character was also so beautiful that you see it in. I see it in with a lot of titas here, her character, and who else? Yeah, Suleiman Cruz. He played the priest, and even the other sisters, Louis Manansala, Hermie Concepcion. I mean, these are very good tabs. Sumulong. I'm sorry if I forget other. Of course, the young nun, the novice, was played by a new actress. I mean, she's really a ballerina. Her name is Kare Adea.
mm,
I mean, I was surrounded and supported with very good ensemble of
mm,
actors.
mm,
Yeah. Yes, working with Kidlat Tahimik, I would admit I was so nervous. Yeah, during that day, and it turned out it was one of my favorite scenes. And also, I'd like to mention that of Emmanuel Santos. It's the first time I work with him. He's a non-actor. He's really a photographer by profession. I
mhm,
think he's one of our executive producers also. Um, it really amazed me because he lived in Australia for quite a while already. He has his family there, blah 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 blah. And so his Tagalog, of course, he understands Tagalog and he speaks Tagalog, but it's not as ano, it sounds like it's a balikbayan talking Tagalog. Okay, so I had to coach him a bit, and but when I watched the final product. his scene was so effective, and I really loved our scene together. Yeah,
Mhm. What was
amazing actors.
yeah. What was the most memorable scene for you in making this movie?
My conversation with the novice.
Mhm.
Yes, talking about myself, how I started. Like our house used to be built on this land, but we sold the house. Blah 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 blah. Because and then all the proceeds I gave it to the convent, and it's what was so touching with that scene is that normally, if I would do that, for example, in a teleserie or in a mainstream movie, I would have cried a bucket. But with James, yeah, you have to contain. You have to restrain, and because that was more realistic. And so when I was talking about my childhood and about being forgotten, a lot of that you forget yourself when you enter a convent, because your priorities become, it's not about self, it's about God, serving God and everything. But is it really worth it? Is it really should it be that direction? That should is it how God would like you to lead your life? Yeah. um yes, you should be selfless and everything. So it talks about uh the dilemmas and life of a nun. I mean, this is the first time that I played a nun role,
Mm.
and so it really fascinated. When I was little, I would remember I was so fascinated about their habit, I call it their costume. I wonder if they how long is their their undies? What do they wear? Do they have shorts? How many layers is inside and everything and that? And it's so surprising that you know how your apparel, your outfit could dictate the manner you talk, the manner you move. Okay. And then you'd always sit like, you know, uh, gently, gracefully. Yes. Because of because of your dress, right? And I was always curious that how come you have to wear a lot of layers. Uh what did I asked my consultant, sister Jenny, and she said that it's like a protection, and uh, um, to them wearing that, it's not a question of course. It's like you're surrounding yourself with the holy, with the grace and everything. With the different layers, and also because of the activities that a nun would put herself into. So the fabric, the material should be sturdy, etc., etc., etc. It can't be silk, it can't be, so it's really fascinating how people, okay, uh is dictated by how, you know the kind of uniform or the kind of clothes that we wear. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, and I wish you more luck on your career. It's so nice to see
Yes,
you again, Ruby,
yes, yes, yes.
and
um
congratulations. I hope to see you in
Thank you.
another film festival.
Yes, I hope so too. Will
Yes.
you be in Berlinale?
No, but
No, no, no.
hopefully in another festival.
Yes, give my warm regards to Ruben.
Yes, yes. He says hello too.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for your time, for your interest in finding out more about the first light. I hope you
Yeah.
can interview James.
Oh,
James
okay.
talks more, eloquently than me. Okay.
I will ask.
All right.
I will ask.
All
Thank
right,
you
right.
very
Yeah.
much.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
much.